We have to talk about HiFiMan because this EF600 amp DAC combo is absolutely freaking amazing, and it's on sale right now for $649. Stick around and let's talk about it. Welcome back to Thrift Shop. Glad you decided to stop in, sit around, enjoy some of my content, and who knows, you just might like it. Anyways, let's have a good laugh. This is content. I know some people, A-type personalities are, hey man, I need to know if this sounds the best. Well, you're on YouTube. You're watching video content, my friends. So anyways, we have the HiFiMan EF600. I'm a huge fan of HiFiMan. I've probably owned more HiFiMan headphones than any other headphone brand. I've had a lot of their amp stack combos. I can't remember the last one. Was it the EF400? Long one. Great sounding, great price. With HiFiMan, you usually see that it goes on the market. This was originally $800. Now, about a year later, it's $649. So if you don't like the price of HiFiMan when it first comes out, just wait a year. Don't get FOMO and just wait, and you will get one of these at a great price. And we got to talk, because $649 for an all-in-one is absolutely amazing, right? So in this, we got to talk a little bit about the specs, because you are getting basically 5 watts per channel balanced, 1.8 watts per channel single-ended, and it is a 1/4 inch input. Now the downside is that they probably should have put 4.4 in here. They should have put, 3.5. It's just give us all the connections in the front. Putting that aside, you get a nice vertical stand here. I mean, look at this. You can see on my desk, everything is kind of, you got the tube amps over here, the vacuum tube amps, and you've got kind of the normal stack over here. I have my screen back here, which, you're not meant to see my screen. You're meant to see the products. This is meant to be the focus, not the screen. I don't want to mess you up with what's going on behind. But this is pretty cool for this vertical kind of thing. And you can put this off to the side of your screen and have it there. For me, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I cannot, right here, it would not work. It would be right in the middle of my desk. The USB input, I guess you could make it work if you had like a 90-degree, but basically it's coming right out the top, and my cable has a long connector, so I have to keep it way out from my screen. Therefore, it will not work unless you can go on the side of your monitor on either side. So just know that going ahead. I had to put this thing through its paces. So as you know, the headphones that I use, it's not just that I enjoy the headphones, that for me in this channel, they are, let's say, taxing. They're going to test if something works, if something distorts. So started my journey on this headphone amp with the ZMF Verite here. Nice ebony wood. Love these things. Are they worth the money? Well, I haven't done my review. When I like something, I don't actually make videos about it. I just use them, and they show up in basically all of my videos. So just because I am not doing a video on the ZMF Verite doesn't mean that they're not my favorite headphone ever. But anyways, I digress. I started here, and I could use this on low gain. I did not even have to pump these up to high gain to get 300 ohm ZMF headphones to really zing. So this thing is truly powerful, even single-ended at 1.8 watts. Chef kiss. I mean, this thing works great. Spent some time with it. Absolutely love it. With this beauty, I'm going to do a little device tour. Let's do that now, just so we can get that out of the way. So let's do that, and then we'll come back so we can understand what I'm talking about here. So in hand, the HiFiMan EF600 is massive. This thing is, just to put it up to scale to something on here, this thing is just huge. It's hard to say. It doesn't feel like aluminum, even though it looks like it. It feels like a plasticized aluminum. You get a really nice, kind of cool volume dial, I guess. just different. You know, balanced and single-ended. Nice little buttons here, and you can see you can switch between high gain, NOS, oversampling, low gain, NOS. You got inputs are USB, coax, Bluetooth, RCA, and balanced in. So that's cool that you can you know, use an external DAC to feed this, and then also send things out, so you can see kind of how this DAC is from a sound standpoint. So yeah, pretty cool. There are your inputs up above, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So unique design. Also mention that you do get powerable, you know, you can switch your power from 230 to 115, and you do get these cool little vents. So kind of a unique design. It may work for you if this is sitting on your desk. For me, I will explain that the form factor is just not set up for me. I could make it work, but it's just a setup thing right now. So I'm not going to rearrange my desk just to make this work for this review, but you should know that depending where your screen's at, you may have an issue. So let's get back to talking about this thing. All right, so after looking at it, after talking about it, so you know that we can obviously you can take inputs into this. It's just not limited to USB or, you know, digital inputs. You can actually run RCAs in or balanced in. You can run balanced out, RCAs out. So you have full functionality of this unit. You can do whatever you want. You can use a separate DAC if you want, or you can use this DAC and output it analog to a separate amplifier. And in my case, that's what I was doing, because I've got the Denefrips Ares here, and you normally have the Schiit Bifrost 264. This is in its place right now. I'm not having withdrawals because this thing is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic, I'm telling you. So connected this balanced to my IFI Pro Ican, and I'm just kind of going back and forth because it's great. I can listen on here, and then I can swap back over here. And I'm quite amazed at what this sounds like. So let's kind of, I guess, start with the DAC. And again, using the Verite, that's kind of where I started. Again, I could use this thing, no problem driving. Noticed a little bit of peakiness with the headphone amplifier on this section, because I could go over to the IFI Pro Ican, and I would not call that, it's colored, right? Let's get over it. Most amplifiers are colored. They're either going to be neutral, cold side, neutral, warm side. It's hard to say if something's exactly neutral, because neutral sounds kind of cold. So anyways, I get more of a cold feeling with this, a little bit of a peaky treble. And I don't think that ZMF headphones are known for that. So it's kind of the first time that I've experienced it, because I go over the Pro Ican here, just a little bit of warmth and body put back into it, smoothed out. In here, it's a little bit peaky. So it depends what kind of amplifiers you tend to like. This is going to be more clinical sounding. So it's pretty cool, actually, because you're getting the R2R DAC, and you're getting kind of this clinical sounding amplifier. So that layering and separation that you're getting, kind of these spatial cues that you get with an R2R kind of DAC set, you're now getting more separation, more layering because of that clinical detail. Again, that could be overwhelming for me. It was a little bit peaky on the Verite. And I couldn't do this review without, you know, busting out the HE6SEs here. You know, if HiFiMan's own headphone amplifier can't drive the most demanding headphones ever, then it's not good in my eyes. So, but guess what? Yeah, I would say I would have, you know, I had the dial maybe at 9, 10, you know, or maybe 3, 4, you know, almost bottoming out, but I had plenty of power. It did not break up whatsoever. So it's crystal clear all the way through. Did not have a problem. Yeah, I love these things. They don't get a lot of use other than testing headphone amplifiers. But I will say what I did find out, because I'm going back and forth. So I have headphones here. I'm testing IEMs. I have the Tigerism, what are these? The octaves here. So I'm going through a review. So I'm going back and forth. I'm connecting them here. I'm using an adapter. I'm going here, flipping it headphones, just going in and out, different songs. And I go to put the HiFiMans on. So you're going, imagine you're putting this over your head, boom. And I'm like, my God, I'm already hot, all right? It's summertime. If I've got all my amps running in here, it's like a furnace. I don't get a lot of cooling in my office here where I do these videos. The headphone amplifier was firing off because I've been using it. Well, there's a lot of heat in these side panels, and it had heated up my pads. And when I put it on my head, I'm already sweating. So not a good thing. So if you leave your unit on and you set these here, you might have a problem. Just saying, just might. You're going to put them on, you're already warm, and then you're putting on, So, typically you have kind of, it's cool that you have this built-in kind of headphone stand, but having that much heat there is, one of the problems, because one of the problems with headphones is that you just get hot. Some people don't, some people do. If you're sensitive to headphone kind of heat, that you get hot spots and you have to take it off your ears because it's too hot, then this headphone amplifier, well, I'm not saying that you have to use it as a stand, by the way, but if you are, you just don't want to use it that way. Because it can be problematic. But anyways, this thing just sounds absolutely amazing. And this goes into a little bit of I guess a nuance, and maybe it's going to be part of my review of the Tigerism octaves here. Actually, this is the third Tigerism IEM that I've had. If you're not aware of this sound signature, and you can get these over at APOS. So APOS sent me this headphone amplifier. They sent me these, loaners to try, make videos, show content, do whatever, let you know, my thoughts and opinions on them. And, so if you are going to, go buy these, again, $649 at APOS, the best customer service out there, and highly recommend that you send your products that way. But, they sent me these, third one from them, and these don't have a lot of trouble. So when I'm connecting to this, and you have that clinical sound, it makes these sound alive. So with these, this kind of sound signature doesn't have a lot of treble. It's plenty of vocal energy. So it's a little bit of a weird, I couldn't really call it V-shape because there's not a lot of treble. So it's kind of like a blunted V-shape on the right side. So half a V-shape, if that makes sense. These really lend themselves to singer-songwriter, folk, anything where it's just going to be acoustic music, singer, guitars, and things like Neil Young, the Beatles. The Beatles' Let It Be album with this gave me goosebumps. Seriously, I don't get goosebumps quite often from listening to music. Usually I just sit back and I kind of just enjoy myself. This clinical sound, this kind of cold sound because this slightly warm, there's not a lot of treble here. It just rounded out perfect. But the synergy that I heard, I've not heard that much layering and separation coming from the Beatles of all bands. I mean, yes, it's a 2009 remaster, but my God, the way that this DAC and amp works with something that doesn't have a lot of treble in it. So what I think where I'm going with this is that with this headphone amplifier, $649, right? Let's put this in perspective. You could go buy a Denefrips Ares for around the same price. Then you could go find an amplifier. If you're going to get an amplifier for 5 watts, you're probably going to spend $400 or $500. Now all of a sudden you've got $1,200. This is basically half the price of going and buying 2 dedicated, DAC amps combos to put it together, right? So you, for $649, are saving half the amount of money. You're getting 5 watts, all right? You can drive the HE6SE effortlessly, okay? You can do whatever you want with this amplifier. The DAC portion sounds great. You're not going to get this thing where with this product, I don't think that you're going to get this, I need to go up another level. I think this is the perfect level. It's probably the best HiFiMan product I've ever heard, at least on the amp DAC side. You don't need to go up anymore. There's no, hey, and I thought that with the EF400. I felt like it didn't matter how good my DAC was or how good my amplifier was, that it just couldn't get better. This just puts the EF400 on steroids. You're just getting more power. It's doing more of the same thing. If you have more headphones, then this is the thing for $649. Just buy this. You don't have to buy anything else. You don't have to have a desk full of shit like I do. You know, you can stop. You know, recovering audiophile bullshit. You know what I'm talking about. You spent way too much money. Yeah. Your bank account's getting low, so just buy one thing, sell everything else, get rid of it. Hey, I hope you like my content. If you do, you know, just hit the buttons down below. You know, it costs you nothing. Helps everybody, not just me. If you're watching anybody's videos on YouTube, please do the right thing. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Costs you nothing. All it is a little finger movement. It's either the click of your mouse or the touch of your finger on that phone to touch subscribe. And all it does is help people, right? So most of us on here, we don't make money. So if we do, you know, I couldn't even buy part of my groceries for half a week with what I make. So if you can, just help out the little guys out there, and it's greatly appreciated. So peace. Thanks from the thrift shop here, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.